All right, so I want to give you a look inside of the 60K in 6 months or less program that we have set up here for your Salesforce career development. And the reason I want to show you is because obviously I can talk about this all day, but being able to show you inside of the program is really going to give you value. So let's imagine that you're someone coming in fresh. This is what it's going to look like. And you're immediately going to see just sort of a breakdown, like an orientation overview. And one of the main values to this is the program pacing guide, or I shouldn't say one of the main, but a major value to this is the program pacing guide. And before we dive in, not only do we have all of these modules, so we're taking you through your first certification and everything you need to know there. We're taking you through exactly which practice exams to use. If you click into each module, it'll show you videos about each one, why they're valuable, how to use them. And then we move into, you have that first certification. Well, now it's time to get a job because I see so many people with certifications, but they can't land jobs. So how are we going to do that? Well, LinkedIn is the premier professional profile platform for Salesforce professionals. And if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, or you have a LinkedIn profile, but you haven't spent much time with it, we are going to take it to the next level. So how are we going to do that? We're going to walk you through what LinkedIn is, how it's used by the Salesforce ecosystem, how to create a professional LinkedIn profile, including your photo and your background images. We even have downloadable images there that you can pull in for your background. And we show you exactly how to create a professional cover photo and profile photo, as well as the importance of that title and about section and how those are actually used inside of the LinkedIn search engines when companies are looking for candidates, and how to make yourself stand out using your title and about section. We also talk a lot about how LinkedIn is really your ability to sell yourself. It is a first impression for a lot of potential employers. And if you aren't optimizing your LinkedIn profile, immediately you are mitigating your opportunity to land the positions that you're looking to land. Then we're also going to talk about building your brand on LinkedIn, not just having a LinkedIn profile, but building a network, building a brand, engaging and allowing people insight into who you are, not just having a profile up that looks like a resume. Resumes are resumes. LinkedIn profiles are very different. And if your LinkedIn profile looks exactly like your resume, then that might be one of your major issues, because your LinkedIn profile is going to let the potential employer know why you're valuable to them and why having you on their team solves their problems. We are then going to move into a separate section on creating your resume. We're going to show you some really quick and easy ways to create a resume, and then we can move forward from there. Also note that this program, what I'm showing you right now, the step-by-step modules and lessons, that is only about half the value of this actual program, because we have the members only group, which adds a tremendous amount of value. And the reason I can say that is because imagine you get done creating your LinkedIn profile and your resume. And now we take you into the members only group. And number one, you can post your LinkedIn profile. You can connect with other people. You can get them to review your LinkedIn profile and check out your resume and give you feedback. On top of that, we at Talent Stacker are going to go ahead and review your LinkedIn profile and resume also. So we can guarantee that we will individually review the LinkedIn pages and give video feedback, as well as a document with feedback on your LinkedIn profile and your resume, and give you a mock interview for the first 50 members of the group. So getting in early is going to give you a very catered experience compared to maybe the people who are person number 100 or 200 to join the group. Then we are well past our capacity to individually review every single person. Now, there's still going to be a tremendous amount of value, because every time we review a LinkedIn profile, that is going to be shared for everyone to see. So that video review where we review it and give feedback, that is shared for everyone in the group to see and learn from the previous reviews. You can also, even in the future, when we're not doing every single review, you'll be able to submit your LinkedIn profile. So we may select your LinkedIn profile to be reviewed, and we'll review a few of these each week, and then submit the videos to the group for everyone to view. We'll be doing the same thing with LinkedIn profiles, resumes, as well as mock interviews. So if you can imagine the value behind having someone like myself who is skilled hiring Salesforce professionals for the last 10 years, having that experience to come in and mock interview you for potential positions and then give you feedback on how that interview went, how it could have been better, and how we can improve this, not just for the person we mock interview, but by providing those videos and feedback for everyone in the members only group, so that 2 or 3 months from now, we will have done 10 or 20 mock interviews and 10 or 20 LinkedIn profile and resume reviews. And at that point, there is a body of content that is reviewable, so that not only can you see how we've given you feedback or what we're saying about the person that we're reviewing this week, but what we've said about everyone historically who has had their LinkedIn profile, resume, and mock interview completed. So there's a lot of value there and really an endless amount of material to move through. And again, giving the value up front is if you're one of our first 50 members, you're going to get all of that guaranteed included. So LinkedIn review, resume review, and a one-on-one mock interview. Now, once we get past that, we move into volunteer projects. So anyone who is familiar with the Salesforce ecosystem knows that the first hurdle is getting your first Salesforce certification. The second hurdle is actually getting real world experience. So when we talk about real world experience, we're talking about why are volunteer projects so important and what are they? Well, that's where volunteer experience comes into play. So number one, we're going to teach you how to find volunteer projects. We're going to teach you how to find volunteer opportunities and internship opportunities with consulting firms, as well as how to apply for those projects and additional tips for volunteering. So we really move you through the entire cycle of how to find volunteer projects yourself. Now, we are so convinced that our strategies for finding you volunteer projects are spot on and you're going to be able to find these volunteer projects yourself, that we guarantee you volunteer projects. So if you utilize our strategies and you cannot find volunteer opportunities yourself, we have a network of nonprofits as well as for-profit companies looking for volunteers, and we will get you set up on a project so that you can get the real world experience. So if you use our strategies to find your own projects and those don't work for you, we will get you assigned to a real world, real company project with real problems that they need your help with, and we will facilitate that process. So number one, that is huge. So if you're not aware, the real world experience is one of the biggest hurdles to landing your first job, and we are going to guarantee that experience for you in this program. Now, when we move into landing your first job, we're going to show you how to find available positions. And a lot of people think, oh, you just look on LinkedIn Jobs and you type in Salesforce and then you find the one you want and you click apply. It's not quite that simple. There are a lot of nuances and caveats. I've worked with hundreds of people landing their first jobs. And trust me when I say, if you don't know how to hunt for jobs properly, you are going to be missing out on opportunities to apply for jobs that are good fits for you. We're also going to teach you to apply for these positions effectively so that you're not just clicking the quick apply button, or you're not just sending off your LinkedIn profile link and a quick resume and then missing out on the opportunity to make an actual professional connection with someone who's looking to hire you. We're going to show you how to do that and stand out from the crowd. The same thing with application follow-ups. We're going to show you how to follow up. We even have email templates in place for you to copy and paste, make a couple of modifications to, and then follow up on these interviews with the right timing and the right messaging to make you stand out from the crowd. And again, every step of the way, we are going to show you how to stand out from the competition and differentiate yourself. We've already done this with so many people. We've created this into a comprehensive, repeatable process that you can now benefit from. Now, the last step is going to be interviewing. So you've got the certification, you've got the real world experience, you know how to look for jobs, you know how to apply for jobs effectively. Now you've got to land the interview and nail that interview to get the job offer, which is really what you want out of this. We're going to teach you how to handle virtual interviews, especially in a sort of a pandemic society where we're much more virtual anyway than we ever have before in history. But now with COVID-19, we have this catalyst that has caused virtual interviewing, virtual jobs, remote work, remote meetings to be much more common. And we're going to teach you how to dominate those. So, virtual interviews are not just going to be something you're going to do, they're going to be another way for you to separate yourself from the pack, show your individualism and show your value. And you're going to be able to bring that to the table with these virtual interviews. We're also going to teach you how to prepare for and dominate these interviews. So many people talk about researching companies and they go online and they figure out what products they sell and where they're headquartered. We're going to teach you so much more than that. Preparing for an interview as a Salesforce specific job is so much different than applying for any other job position. So we're going to teach you how to research companies and prepare for interviews specifically for Salesforce interviews. And then we're going to talk once more about following up with impact on those interviews. So everyone's sending a quick thank you letter and thank you for your time. We're going to teach you how to stand out once again so that you dominate the interview and then the follow-up is meaningful, making them want to reach out to you and give you the job. Now, again, we talked about the members only group you're going to be a member of by being part of this program, which is going to facilitate the volunteer projects, facilitate the interview process with mock interviews, with feedback. So we're going to take you through the entire process all the way through. Now, some of you might be saying, Brad, I've already got my Salesforce certification. So can I skip ahead? Yeah, you can skip ahead if you want to sort of say, all right, I'm going to start on module 4 because I've already gotten my certification. But you can also take this opportunity to get your second certification or get your third certification, which you should be doing anyway. And you can utilize the members only group to facilitate learning through the study group options that we have and the volunteer project teams that we have, where we can pull all of you together and create this true community, this true ohana, so that you're going through this program, you're truly learning how to be a Salesforce administrator, you're growing, networking, working on teams, and really becoming a professional, much more than somebody who just has a certification. Now, moving on from here, I would like to just quickly show you the program pacing guide and just show you sort of how this digs in. So number one, everything comes with a video. So every single piece of content is going to come with a video. Now, look at this. So we walk you through your action items starting with week 1, and we take you all the way through, I believe, week 10. So we're going to tell you exactly what to do. So let's go down to, let's just pick a week. Let's jump down to week 3. So week 3, we're telling you how to continue your lessons for getting your Salesforce Administrator certification. We're going to show you where you should be right now. We're going to ask you to check out the LinkedIn profile, Facebook threads mentioned, and we reference you back to the correct module within the course. We're going to tell you how much time you need to be spending this week on this particular training for your certification. So if you already have this, you can sort of come down here and say, okay, I've got my certification days webinar. So we're walking you through when to do the scheduling for that. But the neat thing is we're actually taking you through doing things like writing LinkedIn articles to separate yourself from the pack. And we give you quick tips each and every week to help you become a little bit better at what you're doing. So you're going to engage on LinkedIn. You're accepting connection requests. You're looking to find 10 people per day that want to connect with you. Writing articles, making engaging posts, sharing other people's information, things like that. We're moving into volunteering here and how to pace that. So anyway, you have the pacing guide, which the course alone has so much value. But when you use the pacing guide alongside it, you're going to be able to keep track, make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do each week to stay focused. That way, you know if you're ahead, you know if you're behind, and you know what you need to do to take it to the next level. Then when we take you inside the members only group, keep in mind you're going to get weekly live workshops. So that means you're going to be sitting down with me to talk through what it is you're working on, what it is you're doing, any questions that you have, whether that be about getting your Salesforce admin certification, applying for jobs, your volunteer projects, preparing for interviews, anything at all that is going to prepare you for your first job. We will be there every week, live workshops. If you can't attend at the specific times, you can submit your questions and we will get those answered on the live call. And all of the videos from those live calls, as well as the mock interviews, LinkedIn reviews, resume reviews, All of that video content is going to be right there inside the members only group for you to reference at any time on your own time. And keep in mind, this is a lifetime program. If we don't have you in your first Salesforce job at the end of 6 months, you can continue working with us and we are going to get you there. So your membership doesn't just cut off at the end of 6 months. We are going to make sure we get you into a job. And typically, we are seeing our members land jobs within about 3 to 5 months. So 6 months is really the far end of the spectrum. It shouldn't take 6 months. But number one, it sounds nice. It's 60K in 6 months, but we're going to get you into a position likely in much less than 6 months, making $60,000 or more. Our highest paid member up to this point is making in the mid 70s, about $75,000. First Salesforce job, 2 certifications instead of 1, but we're going to walk you through this entire thing. And they did that in about 4 months. So we're going to streamline this process for you. This is going to be the best money that you have ever spent on probably anything at all, much less a career development program. And the return on investment for this is exponential. Your first paycheck is going to pay for this course and more. And the rest of that money you make for the rest of eternity in your Salesforce career is all going to be gravy on top. You're going to look back at this program and think, that was the pivotal moment in my career, and that's what got me to where I am today. So we look forward to having you in here. If you have any questions, make sure you check out the description below. We have links to the program itself so that you can get signed up. And also check out a link to my Calendly app. So if you want to schedule some time with me, I'll make sure to get you a 20-minute consulting session on the calendar, and we can make sure, number one, that this is a good fit for you. We're not going to sell this to anybody who it's not a good fit for, but I feel fairly confident if the video that you just watched was compelling to you, then this course is going to be a good fit for you. But I can sit down with you for 20 minutes, help describe the massive amount of value you're going to get from this, talk to you about your personal situation and how we're going to get you there. Thanks for watching.